So first of all, let's just get a little bit of a lowdown on the neck. Basically what I've done is I've tucked it onto a spare just ordinary blue fabric to make it as the base of this. I've tucked it down in the center, so although these are a little bit flappy, they are supposed to look like inserted buttons. And now the fabric that I've used underneath, due to the fact that this is like quite a number of fabrics, it's become quite stiff, but the edges of this fabric were quite flimsy. So what I've done is just used a small cut of interfacing, and I've just ironed it on the two sides where the fabric was flimsy, just to give it a little bit of strength so that when we're turning this, it's easier to handle. As you can see, on its own the fabric will sort of move away from under the machine. When you've got this interlined with a stiffener, it will make it a lot easier to manage and handle. So all we're doing is halving that, basically just half the neckline, and fold your kameez in half, press it into place, and then place the neckline on top. Now we're just going to do an ordinary round neck at the top, so we're going to decide on how far we're going to keep the neck from the top down. Depending on the type of neckline you're making, if you're making a galati neckline with this, then you will keep this a lot higher, and if you're keeping it just an ordinary round neckline or a square neckline, then you would take this a lot lower. And I've placed it right on the edge and inline, and folded the sides which were to be folded in, and then just basically marked it along. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this, but we're not going to cut on the line, we're going to leave a seam allowance on that, so just enough for the seam allowance, and then we're just going to take this down including the angle. So we've done it just a little bit above where we're going to insert this, and then if we open this, we can decide on whereabouts we're going to attach this. So we're going to start at the bottom, so we're basically going to start here and go up to there, pause there, leave the needle down, pick the foot up, pivot that around and put a notch in there so that it gets to the edge of the machine, and then we're going to go back upwards on this side, then we're going to start again in the center, go around to this side and take it back up, and that will give us then enough room to add the neck piece. So I'm going to take the camera to the machine, hopefully join that a little bit and give you a glimpse of both joining that and also attaching the trim on the hem.